Hi everybody, Ben here. Thanks again for tuning in as I'm filling in this week for everything that's happening in property in and around the grounds. Well, let's start off first with the clearance rate. Probably the only thing that has maintained some level of consistency or stability over the last couple of weeks, coming in again at 40.1%. Now, what's interesting about this clearance rate holding some level of stability is RP Data CoreLogic have released some data that over the last 4 weeks, they've monitored and noted down that there's been a 1.9% decline in prices. Now, this is the sharpest and most aggressive decline that we've seen in the property space for more than 40 years. And what this is telling us is that both buyers and sellers are adjusting super quick so they can get together and harness a deal quickly. Now, with that said, the price shift hasn't been shared evenly or fairly across all homes, as we've collected data that since the peak right down till now, we're seeing it's a case-by-case scenario where some homes and the price of the discount is wavering anywhere from 8% all the way through to 20%. Now, this could be because of a myriad of factors. It could be based on location, could be the style of home, it could be the floor plan, it could be an old home, it could be a brand new turnkey purchase. But as we've stated there, it really is a case-by-case scenario, and there's nothing fair when it comes down to this decline in pricing. Now, last week was the first week where it felt like the mood out on the front line was where the market had found its feet. Our team put together a number of incredible deals right across our entire network, but no two sales were the same. They dug deep, the entire team dug really deep into their bag of tricks, and every single sale was different. Some were sold at auction, some were sold before auction, some of them used a cooling off period. A bunch of homes were sold off market. This isn't a one-size-fits-all market, and everybody is digging deep and pulling on their expertise to work out the best way to try and close out a deal to find some harmony between the two clients. However, this mood could quickly shift coming into next week as the board meet yet again to talk about that big number one conversation that's on everybody's lips, and that is the cash rate. Now, the wage is out on how aggressive they're going to be, and we're not going to know that until next week. Now, Westpac's chief economist Bill Evans has come out and he's changed his tune, saying that he believes over the next 7 months there's going to be some aggressive inclines with an additional 2% basis points, taking that cash rate up to 3.25%. And he's definitely forecasting that as of next week, in August and also September, that the RBA is going to be fairly aggressive with a 0.5% basis point for each of those months. Now, if this outcome does come true, Christopher Joy has waged in this week with some extra spicy commentary suggesting that this could be the record housing crash and 100% triggered by these aggressive rate hikes. Okay, now with all of this in the melting pot, we see that there might be some relief as the supply is really starting to dry up out there at the moment. Now, this is pretty typical for this time of the year, but if we're looking into the pipeline of available stock coming up into those traditional warmer months going into spring and the big spring selling season, things are looking somewhat bleak. Now, this can certainly change overnight and we might get an influx of property coming onto the market, but if we look back in the past, it almost seems like when things start to get a little bit unstable out there, locally in our core markets, people start to hold on to their properties. Now, that supply might certainly make it a bit more of a softer landing for some of these prices. We might not see any more aggressive declining prices. But again, all of that is up to see what happens with the RBA and how they play things out next week. We'll certainly be reporting back on that. That's it for me. Thanks again for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you out and about. Bye for now.